Right then, so we've finally got some fabrication work done. Dan's managed to rejig everything in here. So we've put some beads on these hoses at least. We've not put the clamps on yet because we've still got a bit of test fitting to do on the air filter mainly. Still waiting for that to come back from ITG. So we've had to redo this outlet, bead roll that. We've had to change this were all done, which meant buying some different size pipe work to what we normally have on the shelf. So we've had to do that. Got the 4-bar map sensor in there. It's got our aluminium tip pipe and inlet on. Obviously our exhaust manifold and everything down back, and the BMW housing turbo. So we're going to have a pipe coming round here, dropping down to air filter like it originally had. Whether we reuse what it already had, I'm not too sure yet. Couple of little bits of wiring to do, but I think what we're possibly going to sort before it goes on dyno, which is going to be early next week. So this is probably like five workshop days into this project, and it's where it is, so I don't think we've done too bad. But we'll get it on the dyno next week. If that filter ain't going to be, we'll just put a cone filter at end here. There's plenty of room for it anyway. But a little bit of neatening up to do, a little bit of tidying up to do, and it's ready for that. So we've finally got the front bumper on as well, and it does not fit well at all. Obviously, carbon fibre, fiberglass moulded parts, they're never going to be perfect, and that's what's happened with this here. It's just, we're going to have to get some, I think it's Zeus fasteners or something like that. We're going to have to get some of them and put some new threads in all this stuff and drill some holes and do whatever, but we're going to have to spend a little bit more time. We've had a couple of hours playing about with this already, and it's not where we want it to be. So we'll have a play with that and go from there. But put a new fuel filter on it as well. All the brakes are all bled up now. They're all on and sorted. The engine mount, gearbox mounts all sorted. All the bolts underneath are all sorted, which you probably see it on the video. The 3-inch exhaust on as well. So that's all the way round here. It did have a centre exit on this, but we've put a discreet turn down tip coming out just where it's standard one normally does on these cars, just because we don't want to trip any noise meters when we're on track. And I hate how that sounds. But we still need the boot struts pinching from other car. I think Paul's forgot about them, and we've still got to tidy up a bit of wiring here. Blanked the quick fill valve off. As you can see, the air jack's being removed. We're just going to use that one because it's the same for the Mark V. We're going to use that to mock up some stuff, and we've got all the lines to do the air jacks as well. So the plan is, before it goes on the dyno, neaten up a few little bits, get all the wiring done, clean it all out, get on the dyno, iron out any creases that we find, then get it back into the workshop, do all the air jacks, test all that stuff, and then we've got the windows are coming. They should be here. ACW Motorsport Plastics, they do all our windows. They should be here if we don't do them ourselves. They should be here shortly. We've got that Citroen Saxo power steering pump to rip out and the Merc one to go in. That's still yet to do, but we'll do that after the dyno session. We might be able to do it before, I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, and it's not alignment before it goes on dyno as well, sorry. Which we've got, this wheel seems to be quite far forward in arch, the other one seems to be quite far back. So we've had to trim them arches a little bit, which is sacrilege on a carbon fibre panel, but it'll just absolutely destroy tyres if we, it don't cut very easily either, but it'll just destroy tyres if that gets shoved into them. So we're at that stage now where the big lumpy jobs are all done. You look like you've got a finished car as such, and then you start playing along, and you find that you're nowhere near where you're expected. So it's probably not going to be too interested in all the other stuff that we're going to do, so whether we record a lot of it, whether we document a lot of it, I'm not too sure, but it's just going to literally be tie wrapping stuff up, shielding cables, routing cables, extending them, all that stuff, and then just setting things up. We'll try and record as much as we can, but it might be a little bit boring, so we'll just try and get it done, and try and get it on dyno, and then in 2 weeks there's a track day that we're going to try and get to. But before we can get on that, obviously we've got to get everything done here, but there's also the fittings for the anti-roll bars on these cars. They are known to be a problem, so we're making a new fitting for them that don't need all these little grub screws to try and hold it together and do what we need to do. So we'll see what we can do, and we'll go from there. So thank you for watching.